Welcome into the IFBC recap video where we're going over the thoughts, the stories, everybody's ideas of how the weekend went for IFBC. We got some of the best personalities involved over the weekend. We got Donnie Rightside, Teddy Covers, Jimmy the Bag in studio. Teddy Covers, how you doing today?
You know, a little bleary due to wear and tear, but certainly I'm energized is the truth of it. For as rough as the travel was for the weekend, you know, when you get to hang out at a conference with a bunch of cool people, make great connections for, 48 hours, and win a little money from Jimmy the Bag, it's all good.
He does a little poker reference there. Donnie Rightside, how are you doing today, bud?
Fantastic. Flew in yesterday. The thing that I loved the most about the conference was obviously the presenting was fantastic, but just hanging out off hours with everybody down there. It was a first-class time. Everybody behind the scenes at SBR, Zach, Matt, Cynthia, Sophia, Ariana, Justin, Deb, Anna, Drew, Pete, everybody treated us like family. You would have thought we've known each other for 20 years. Thoroughly enjoyed myself and the family at SBR, which is exactly what it is. First class all the way.
Couldn't have said it any better, Donnie. And Jimmy the Bag in studio, missed his flight, staying an extra day. How's it going, man?
You know me, I love to party, and I'm going to stick around. All's good, man. What an amazing weekend. The adrenaline I'm still feeling, so I'm not caring about the lack of sleep. I'm just trying to stay in my shoes. I had so much fun.
Awesome, man. And actually, guys, we got a special guest here. I'd really like to invite him up to the podium. Johnny Manziel. Thanks for staying. Welcome in.
What's going on, fellas?
Welcome, Zach. Guys, this is Zach Jones, our editor-in-chief here at SBR. One of the main reasons that IFBC even happens. So, Zach, please take the stage. What do you want to talk about over the weekend?
No, just, kind of to wrap up what Ted and Donnie said. Everybody's tired. Everyone, it was a lot of travel, a lot of organization. I think, like you just mentioned, the team. God, I'm just ready to sleep tonight, to be honest. But no, it was great. We got a chance to meet everybody, get all the people down here in the studio. I was talking to my boss today, and we was just saying it was really cool to stand there on Friday evening at 8 o'clock and, sit there and have these conversations, talking to Donnie, talking to the posters. What do we do every Friday night at 8 o'clock? We're on live, we're talking, we're late night on campus, we've got that going on. What are we doing at 10:30? I'm using Costa Rica time, but like our roundtables take place. We were doing that together in person. So even if the conference didn't happen, we were still going to be having these conversations. So I thought that was pretty cool and special to finally get everyone together because we do spend so much time together. Like as Donnie also said, the presentations were amazing. I still get chills from some of the moments. We've got some of those moments that are actually getting a lot of attention across the web right now. So that's pretty cool. We're all excited. And, it's Monday. We all showed up on time to work today. I'm surprised. But that being said, we've already started planning for next year.
Absolutely. And, like you referenced, the Johnny Manziel interview, it's blowing up on the internet. IFBC is really all over the place. You got to be happy with that.
I mean, TMZ Sports is talking about it. Bleacher Report's running stories. ESPN's picking up wind. They're a little late. That's what happens when you sleep in the off season. So that's one thing we won't be doing. And it was, again, we couldn't be any happier. So thanks to all of you guys who tuned in. Thanks to all the people who sent in questions. Thanks to you guys who came. If you couldn't come this year, be here next year because there will be another IFBC. It's going to be bigger. It's going to be better. I guess the real question is where the hell are they going to fit us all?
I don't know. What are we talking about? Crocs? The Dominican Republic? Doing it again here?
Why do it anywhere else?
Yeah, it's such a hit for sure.
So that hotel was so nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, you guys treated us really well.
No, for sure.
Nicer than the Delray?
Yeah. I think we're getting into that in just a minute, Teddy. We got to hold off on that one. But and Jimmy, I know everybody wanted to hear your funniest moments of over the weekend.
They sure as hell weren't his jokes.
Whoa, shit!
Boom, boom, boom.
There were so many funny moments, but for me, probably the most memorable was I was doing the odds couple every morning, so I had to grind at about 10:30, 11, because I had to handicap 15 games each day. So at one point, around 12:30 one morning, I couldn't find my room key. I had to go downstairs to the lobby, and there was about 15 to 20 cappers back from the Hotel Del Rey with their, what do we call them, their significant others? Their
insignificant others?
Insignificant others. They had to pay a fee to bring their hookers up to their room, and that upset some of them. And I don't want to name any names, you know, but one of them rhymes with Babe Horitzy. And it was hysterical. They were very proud of their hookers. They were introducing their hookers to me like they were their wives. And much respect to you guys. While I was going up capping, you guys were thinking about the future blood test that you have to take when you go home. So that was the funniest shit. And they weren't hiding. They weren't ashamed.
So it was an ISTD at the IFBC.
Ooh, there we go, man. That's my next tattoo.
Not just a piss test, a blood test, huh?
A full-blown blood test. Yeah, I know we only use fully blown when we're talking about HIV and AIDS, but let's use fully blown on this one.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Jimmy. We needed that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks, Zach.
fellas.
All right, buddy.
Much love,
Thanks.
Zach.
We got another guest in town, but I want to get to Donnie and Teddy real quick. Teddy, what about you? What's the favorite part over the weekend, or something you just want to talk about and think the listeners need to know about?
Look, if you're going to rewatch some of this stuff, there's a good handful that you got to. I mean, Morency absolutely brought the house down, and it gave out a bunch of good picks for the upcoming season. So it's video worth watching the next day. And of course, you know, the Clay Travis interview with Johnny Manziel was, you know, you can understand why Clay Travis is where he is in the media pantheon. You know, the guy's made it to the top because he's really good at getting guys to open up. And Johnny Manziel, for a guy, you know, you hear about athletes that come down to these sort of things, and then you don't see him a whole lot. He was awesome. You know, I got to hang out with Johnny Manziel. It was a lot of fun. So those are certainly some highlights for me.
How do you think Johnny Manziel looked? I thought he looked pretty good physically as far as making a comeback to the NFL.
Yeah, he's at a gambling conference, dude. You understand?
All right, so the 6'8" frame, kind of muscular look, I guess. Just I'm not sure where you're going with that.
You know?
All right, Donnie Rightside, man, you want to chime in? What was your favorite part or anything you want to talk about over the weekend?
Honest to God, my two favorite parts of the entire weekend. Number one, not having any internet access during the roundtable to man the live chat was sensational. And number two, my wife would be extremely proud of me for playing the 40-year-old virgin to a T down there at the conference. Kudos to me on that. But on the real side there, just heading down, meeting everybody, you know, shaking Teddy's hand in person for the first time, going around. The one thing I can't say enough of is how kind and sincere the SBR staff was the entire time, not just to me as a presenter, not just to Teddy, not just to the big guys that were there, but to each and every person that came down here and spent their time and money down and really believes in what SBR is about and the SBR family. The best part here is this was only year one. I can't wait to see what it's going to be in year 5, year 10. The sky's the limit. SBR first class all the way, and we're going to get it done in the future here, no question about it.
Yeah, and Donnie mentioned it a little bit. Right when we were going live for the roundtable, our internet stopped working. And right before we started the roundtable, I turned to Donnie and I'm like, I'm coming to you. We want urgency. What are your plays on the MLB card?
Yeah.
I'm like, is that cool? He's like, yeah. First thing I ask is, Donnie, all right, what do we got on the MLB slate? And he's like, yep, thank you all for coming to IFBC.
Yeah.
So that's just, that's live TV
It was
for you.
live
I don't know.
TV.
You got anything to say, Donnie?
Yep. I had to absolutely improvise because we talked about it in the back. Come to me with some baseball stuff. We might go over like a buy and a sell. We're going live. What do you think about the Baltimore game? Well, I have no stats in front of me, no internet. Let me just pander to the crowd real quick. Drew, we're going to get back to it in a couple of minutes on Baltimore. Send it away from me. That was live TV right there for you.
Yeah, that's how it started. But I thought it was a great roundtable overall.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely good stuff. Well, we actually have another guest here coming in studio. He didn't make it for the IFBC, but he's now in town. Big man on campus. Come join us, buddy.
Hey, guys. I finally got my passport a little late, but hey, what's up, cuz? I got my Jordans on.
This is actually Matty Ice, social media. Everybody knows him.
How's it going, guys? I wanted to thank everybody for coming out and mirror a lot of what Zach said, too, but you guys were all fantastic. I think you said something to me about, you know, it's amazing you get a whole group of people who have kind of a bad rap, and you seem to have found all the nice ones and put them all in one room. So thank you guys for coming out.
And Matty Ice, anything maybe that we don't know about that you would have seen behind
that you
the
don't know
camera?
about?
Yeah. Over the weekend?
No, I mean, I was hanging out with you guys most of the time.
I believe you started with,
Yeah, that means something, man.
Yeah, I came back from the Ray about 4 with a mustache on, and I just cruised on in, like a little trench coat action. No, I mean, I can't think of anything like that I would want to say.
All right, a funny story about Matty. On Thursday, he had the duty of welcoming everybody in, and he had to just stand by the bar from like 11 a.m. until who knows when.
I chose to make that my point of let's meet here, but yeah.
Yeah, so one drink led to another, and then.
Well, I was there for about 12 hours.
And a rough Friday morning.
That was the worst morning of my life. But you guys made it all that much better.
Nice, nice. Well,
well, I gotta get back, but thank you guys again for coming out. We'll see you all next year. Thank you too.
What's up, buddy?
Much love, baby.
All right, guys. Well, Jimmy, what else do you want to hit on, bud?
I thought meeting Mark Lawrence, what a legend. Man, I can't wait to be an old capper. And he smelled terrific.
Next year, Dave.
He was well dressed, you know.
Man, he was just an absolute legend. I thought Ed Fang, not only was his when he was speaking was that just incredibly interesting, but hanging out with them both nights was an absolute treat. Man, amazing. So those guys, and then, I mean, obviously, Gabe Morency was unbelievably exciting on stage. I mean, is there a more electrifying performer in this industry? If there is, I've never met him. Gabe was so much fun to run with and to hang with. And man, we were saying, like, we have, you know, all these cappers in one room. I never heard an argument in the 48 hours. Obviously, I didn't see what was happening upstairs with the hookers, but I did not hear an argument at all. Everyone was just the loving, man. It was a capping loving. So I hope you guys come next year. It's gonna be bigger, badder, better, and we're just gonna keep growing with you guys. So thank you guys, everyone who came out and everybody who helped us with questions while we were shooting segments. Thank you so much for that as well.
Okay, well, guys, let's just circle it around. Maybe a conclusion for the IFBC. Teddy, you want to leave the watchers with one last word here?
What I want to do is just sing Kumbaya with you guys. What do you know? Oh, we all loved each other. It was great. Look, it was a cool conference. It really was. And in my mind, we talked about the speakers who were good, the presenters. The guys who came were really cool. People, hey, I watch your show, do a little bit more of this, good suggestions, good ideas, and good people by and large. Up and down the line. So I really enjoyed all the people that came out, and I got a chance to meet a lot of them, people that watch my show. You're watching Sportsbit every day. I really appreciate that. The least I can do is come back and spend a little time with you when you come down. And, of course, I know Donnie really harped on the SBR guys. It was insane. They did when you talk about hospitality, they went above and beyond. There's no question. So, I mean, I don't want to thank everyone individually because that gets ridiculous. But, oh, thank you and thank you. But, I mean, it was first class all the way. It really was. So I give them credit because that's not easy to pull off and pull it off as quick as they did. Let's give them credit. And obviously, we're already, when you come home from the conference and you're energized, you've made a bunch of good contacts. There are a bunch of industry people there from Vegas and from offshore and a good group of attendees. And you're already thinking about next year, and there's something to be said for that. So if you're watching this vid, make sure you get your ass back down to CR or get your ass down to CR for the conference next year.
Yeah, countdown to IFBC 2018 has already started. And Donnie, what about you? Anything in conclusion?
Yeah, two things in conclusion I'd like to go over. If you go down and meet everybody in person, Drew Martin and Ed Fang might as well be 6'6" in person. I was very surprised by that, but that's here nor there. You get to meet them in person, you'll see that. But everything about the conference was fun. Everything going over it, from the people in the industry sitting next to me. I got to sit next to Johnny Manziel, Matt Holt, everybody down there, fantastic. We look forward to it next year. We're energized and ready to go, just like Teddy said.
Well, Donnie, actually, SBR Breadman wanted to say a couple words too, not just end it there. So, SBR Breadman, welcome.
What's up? What's up, Pickleback?
What up? Pickleback?
Yeah, Pickleback. I thought that was going to be your next tattoo.
It is my new drink, though. I've gone from Jameson's to Jameson and pickle juice. So if you come down next year, know we're Jameson and pickling.
Donnie kept talking about it. He's like, man, you guys are all so tall. What's it with Costa Rica? What's it with Costa Rica?
I couldn't believe it.
No, for sure. Ed Fang, like you guys talked about, man, I was really impressed by the guy. But yeah, he is not a 5'10" Asian guy. He's more like 6'5". So
right,
it's kind of surprising.
Speaking of Ed, so Ed and myself and Mark Lathrop, we're all standing around talking to Johnny Football, and this is a great way to close this out. So we're all talking to Johnny Football for a good 10, 15 minutes. He's telling us which teams he likes and who he doesn't like this year and all this stuff, and we're just having a great old friendly conversation. And after a little while, I'm like, hey, you know what? You know what's scary? Like, Aaron Rodgers could be 20% more efficient next year than this year. he kind of looks at me like what? I'm like, yeah, have you heard of the Kate Upton theory? So I start telling him about the Harvard, I can't remember what they are, they're the Harvard Analytical Statistics Squad or whatever. Yeah. And they write this whole article where they go over like 175 case studies of Tony Romo and Justin Verlander and these super athletes that date super fine women that are of equal caliber. And all of a sudden they just decline. So I'm explaining the article to him and the stats, and I'm like, yeah, man. So according to these guys, Aaron Rodgers could be 20% more efficient next year. Isn't that scary? And he's like, so the bounce back, and after they decline, and then they bounce back, and I'm like, yeah. And he looks at me and smiles. He goes, and just turns around and walks away. There was no segue. It was just like, oh, really? Yeah, okay. And then Ed Fing and Mark Lathrop both look at me like, you fucker.
We had him locked in, and
yeah,
we didn't like
just scared him off. Now, I don't know if he was actually, I don't think he was actually offended, but I think he was just, 15 minutes is enough with these guys. He was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, these yahoos. I gotta get someone else. But no, that was a good one, man. Appreciate that.
It was hilarious. It's hilarious.
Much love, homie.
Thank you guys so much. A special shout out to all the UK guys and homeboy from the Philippines. You guys jumped huge ponds to get here. Everybody else, I really had a ball getting wasted with you guys. I still feel it today. Hopefully next year we can do it again.
Yeah, we're plugging through for a Monday,
Right. We're all here. All right,
SBR Breadman and Zach Jones. Do you want to close it out with us?
Yeah. I guess. No, first of all, again, thank everybody. Donnie, Teddy, good to have you guys on to wrap this up. But just one last thing. We really wanted to do this right before football season started. I mean, what better time of the year to get a group of bettors together? It's when numbers are flying around. We're all speculating about what's going to happen, who's going to be the team to watch, who's going to be the dog that's going to come out. The Cinderella story of the year. There's only one other time of the year that really kind of compares to that, in my opinion, and for most sports fans. We're talking March Madness. So without giving away too much information, I just want to say, IFBC was great to kick off football season. We've got that other season coming up and, not too far down the road. So, fellas, what do you guys think about maybe a March Madness event?
I'm not saying no to that one. I don't know about how you guys feel.
I'm just saying, again, gears are turning. Discussions are already being had. We had so much fun with all of you guys down here. Speakers, the panel was great. We get some of the best basketball minds together. We can pull this off. Guys, tell us if you want to have it. Tell us what you think. Hop on social media, tweet at a Sportsbook Review, hit us up in the live conversations. Again, the conversations are being had. It's beautiful here in March, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's a great time to be in Costa Rica. So guys, let us know and we'll get you back down here. Thank you.
All right, Jimmy. Is that it for you?
Man, I got the live dog Tigers tonight. Plus 140.
So this was the IFBC 2017 recap show. We'll be back with more about March Madness. And,
or is this the 2018 preview?
This is a little bit of countdown towards IFBC 2018 preview as well. But for Teddy Covers, Donnie Rightside, thanks for tuning in, guys. We got Jimmy the Bag, Zach Jones, Matty Ice, SBR Breadman. Appreciate the contribution, and I'm Drew Martin. So yeah, this is the countdown to IFBC 2018.